Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah be upon you all. Dear brothers and sisters, let me ask you something. Why are we so sad in this life? Why do we suffer so much? Why do we have all these problems in our lives? Why do we always are facing difficulties? We always strive for Allah. We always strive to be better Muslims. We are praying, we are giving charity, we are helping people, we are doing everything what Allah wants us to do. We try our best. We go to Hajj, everything. We do everything what Allah wants us to do. But still we have problems. Still we facing difficulties every day. What is the reason about this? What is Allah trying to do? Let us see these Quranic verses.
Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. As we see, this is a young Muslim. He's trying to think. And he is going to show us a lot of verses from the Quran saying to us that Allah is testing us. He will test us by things He create. Like He made things for a reason. Why? To test them. The Muslims in general, they do not know their Quran, they do not know their book. If you go and read those verses, you will see that those verses is not about testing the good Muslims. This is about testing the others, not the Muslims. Let me show you as an example. This is chapter 18, verse number 7. As you see in here, it says clearly in verse number 6 that this is about the one who do not believe in this message. Why Muslims don't read their book? They quote verses, they post it, they say, you see, Allah is testing. Allah is not testing the believers. Allah is testing the one who don't believe in His message. So all your video simply is false. But I understand. If you are a young Muslim, he made a mistake like this, it's okay, because after all, you will see someone as an adult, still he don't understand his book. And actually, the song in the video is very, very good. I like it. If you listen to the song of the video, it's saying the following.
You gaze with love in your eyes, catch a glimpse of paradise, and you see your child take the first breath of life. Allah knows.
This is the religion, I call it only Allah knows. Muslims, they have no idea. You put a Muslim in the corner, right away he will say to you, only Allah knows, I have no idea. And those are the Muslims. Nobody knows what Islam is about except Allah. Only Allah knows. Then, if we go to the Quran to make more study, and we heard this Muslim saying something very, very unique. He's saying the following. I want you to listen carefully to him, please.
Dear brothers and sisters, let me ask you something. Why are we so sad in this life? Why do we suffer so much? Why do we have all these problems in our lives? Why do we always are facing difficulties? We always strive for Allah. We always strive to be better Muslims. We are praying, we are giving charity, we are helping people, we are doing everything what Allah wants us to do. We try.
He is doing everything Allah wants him to do, and still he is not happy. And by the way, you look like an angel for me. Man, you are amazing. You are better than Muhammad himself. Because I can show you, your prophet, he was not praying even. But, you are better than Allah himself maybe. If you listen to their voice like, brothers and sisters, why, I'm not making fun of him, but this is hypocrisy. First, there is no human is not a sinner. There is no human, like me myself, I say loudly, you know what, all of us, we are sinners. Why this acting, like, the active movement, we pray, we pay, we pay, charities, we pray to Allah, we do Hajj, we, too much we. But is it this is what God really want? So if this is what God is want from you, He wanted this from you, what is missing? Why you are still sad? You just said in the video you are very sad, and all the Muslims, we the Muslims, very sad. Why are we still very sad? Then he tried to connect the sadness of Muslims with verses in the Quran saying that Allah will test them. But I just showed you that those verses doesn't go for you, sir. You have no idea. Those for the non-believers. And actually, the Quran says more than that. The Quran says, if you go to chapter 15, verse number 38, this is a very extreme, important chapter in the Quran about a conversation between your God Allah and Mr. Satan. You will see in here, Iblis said to who? To Allah, "O my Lord, because thou hast put me in the wrong, I will make wrong fair seeming to them on the earth, and I will put them all in the wrong." I want people to concentrate with me. He just said, I will put them all in the wrong. All who? Let us see. All in the wrong, except who? Servant among them. What the servant? Who they are? The servant. They are the Muslims. So Satan, he will put everybody in the wrong except the Muslims. Everyone else, Satan, he have authority over him except Muslims. So your trouble from your video is coming from Allah. So Satan is better than Allah. If you are doing everything, why you are sad? And the verses you showed us about testing, I just showed you, it's not about you. And actually, if you read the verse after, you will see Allah saying. Allah is saying. And here, Allah said. So Muslims, because Muslims, they might say, you know what? No, Allah did not say. This is your translation. This is the official government website of Saudi Arabia. Allah said, "This way, my sincere servant, as indeed way that leads straight to me." So the sincere servant, they are in their way to Allah. So what is missing? And not only that, Allah saying here, for over my servant no authority shalt thou have. Okay, Satan saying, you know what? Allah saying to Satan, you know what? You can play your game, your dirty game among them all, but except my servant. For over my servant you have no authority. Why Satan he have no authority over my servant? Because Allah saying so. Allah saying, you Satan, you can play your dirty game with everybody. You can deceive them, you can mislead them, but my servant, you have no authority over them. So your trouble, for sure, it is from Allah. And I agree about this with you. It's not from Satan, because as you see, it's not Satan. At the same time, it's not about testing, because as you see, the only one is going to test you, it is Satan. But he can test you only if you are not a believer. Then we ask ourselves another question. Chapter 22, verse number 52. If Allah is saying in the Quran to Satan, you have no authority over my good believers, my servant, how Satan was able to cast words in the mouth of Muhammad, and actually he made him bow down to Satan, bow down to the three daughters of the moon god. We just heard Allah saying, you have no authority over my sincere servant, over my servant. You have no authority. You can't get close to them even. How Satan was able to use Muhammad. If we go to Ibn Kathir, we will see that Satan, he threw words in the mouth of Muhammad. He threw Quran. And Muhammad himself, he could not recognize that. And not only that, you will see in here that Satan, he will do that for those who have a disease in their heart. The bad guys. In the same chapter, in the same verse, in the same page, in the same time, you will see that Satan, he did that to Muhammad. This is mean that Muhammad is somebody, he have a disease in his heart, which means he is not a Muslim. He is not a good guy. Because disease in his heart mean the one is bad person. How Satan was able to throw words in the mouth of Muhammad and make him bow down for the idols of Allah. And Satan spoke by him. Satan made those words come from the mouth of Muhammad, but they are the words of Satan. At the same time, the Quran says that those things can happen only for those who have a disease in their heart. This means your prophet, he never been a good Muslim, and he never been a Muslim. Quran is full of contradiction. And now I want to ask you Muslims again, why this kid is saying that all of you are very sad, even though you do pray to Allah, you worship him, you pray to him, and it's very clear that even Muhammad was so sad in his life. And the proof, he tried to suicide himself 3 times. So this is Sahih al-Bukhari, showing us that Muhammad, he was a very sad person, and he tried to throw himself 3 times, actually many times, from the top of the mountains. Son, don't throw yourself from the top of the mountain. Don't make Allah deceive you. Allah is a deceiver. Allah is a Satan. The real God will not make you sad. The real God will not make you live in contradiction in your life, disappointed in your God. If you trust your God, why you are sad? Good question. Christ is Lord, Islam is false. Amen.